Okay, so we're back. We're at the desk, got the mic, boards in the background. We're ready. So, we've been on a trip, and I say we because I went as a group of friends this time, and it was good. It was a trip to London, and we went to museum, London War Museum, and then the Winter Wonderland, which was interesting, but we'll get on to that because we're going to try and do a slightly different format. I don't know how well it's going to work, and give it a go. So, this time you can see me and some pictures. So, there's going to be me, hopefully, of the 6:30-ish start that we had that day. And that's not too bad. I know people that get up 6:30 for school to come to college to study, so for a trip away, it's not the worst. Well, we were tired. It was cold. It's middle of winter, basically. It's like coming up to December. There's not many Christmas decorations around here, but there will be in a day. So it's cold. It's early morning. And it's pretty dark. It's still pitch black outside, which is pretty normal because I wake up at 7. Well, actually, it's not 6:30 start. 6:30, that photo was taken. I woke up at 6 to get ready for 6:30 because I was having breakfast and stuff on the train. So, we're on the train and we're taking the train to St. David's. And there is the whole Explorer group, all 10 of us, and we're a pretty good group. And I'm glad we got to go, because we got to see the Paddington Bear, which was weird. I haven't really watched Paddington, so it didn't mean too much to me, but that's alright. Okay, so we keep moving forward with what's happening, and we're on the subway, and there's a lot of selfies. This time I decided to take more for myself because we haven't actually put too much of myself on, surprisingly. I know, but we're in London, the capital city of Britain. If you don't know, I don't know what rock you're living under, but we are about to reach the London War Museum. 2 giant cannons outside, and it's pretty big. Like, the building's pretty big. It actually looks relatively small on the outside, but it's actually massive on the inside. It goes back quite far and it's still pretty deep. I think we go down a bit as well, but we are there, and now we're going to go around. And one of the first things is already quite a hard-hitting thing. Obviously, hard-hitting for a lot of people, and I would say me personally, but not exactly. The fall of Berlin wasn't. I wasn't there. I can't say much about it. I've known that it was an amazing moment, like the fall from the communist and the capitalist side coming together, just breaking all the rules that were set in place. So it's good. And seeing a bit of it outside, seeing of it like it was still standing kind of thing, is pretty cool. And then back to the cannons. These things just went on for miles, and the yellow was the shells, and just everything was immense there. And it was a pretty nice looking building. Obviously, a lot of the architecture in London is pretty old, so I mean, if you fancy the older style, if you're American watching this, you'd probably have grown up with the big skyscrapers and the very planned out cities with the grids. Well, in Britain we don't really have that too much because it just ends up being a mess. So there's about like 10 of us going into this museum, and the main reason we're there, and the one thing I couldn't get any photos of because they didn't have any they had rules against it, and I didn't get a photo of their entrance, so don't believe me if you don't want to, but I promise you I did, was the Holocaust expedition, the exhibition, because we're going to Poland to visit Auschwitz and Krakow next year, 2020. So hopefully another video if this is still going, and that should be a fun trip. But we went to get some free knowledge, and like I love history. I love learning. Well, I wouldn't go on these trips if I didn't. But there's a limit. There's this. We spent quite a long time going through. It was good couple of hours really, like going through and seeing a lot of stories, a lot of these hard hitting things, and it is pretty exhausting going through. So it should be interesting to see in the new year, and when we go summertime, if going for Auschwitz, because it's apparently like a 4-hour tour, should be good, but I don't know. So what you'll notice here is that I've got my board, or one of my boards. I can't really fit the other one in because you saw it on the intro. I put it by my door because that's where I keep it so I can get out. But there wasn't any skating because we went as a group. If we were all skaters, I'm sure we would have done, but there was lots of people and we were in lots of buildings. So skip past the Holocaust, which was a pretty impressive thing. Yeah.